Welcome back to Gods of Regret. In today's podcast, Shaw will discuss the value of self in business. As a business owner, your sense of self-worth is not merely a personal attribute, but a foundational pillar for success. It fuels your confidence in making crucial decisions, encourages the calculated risk-taking necessary for growth, and bolsters your resilience when navigating inevitable setbacks. A strong sense of self allows you to build authentic and robust relationships with clients, employees, and partners, fostering trust and loyalty. Ultimately, recognizing and nurturing your own value directly translates into a more confident, decisive, and thriving business. Shaw is a lover of fine fountain pens, tailor-cut suits, and much more. Shaw has been consulting business owners on information technology for the past 30 years. His unique approach to business is from years of understanding other businesses. And now let's get started on Gods of Regret, podcast, The Value of Self.
Welcome back. Thank you for watching this. Today I'm going to talk about the value of self, the value of positioning yourself in the right place. And if you stay after the episode, at the end, I have a little story about mythological kings and mythological gods that regretted the things that they wanted to do and they didn't. So today on Gods of Regret, we're going to talk about where to position yourself for self-value so you could gain the most. Don't regret this moving forward. I'm sure all of you have seen a James Bond movie. When you watch a James Bond movie, no matter where they send James Bond, whether it is to a high-end casino, a high-end business, some gathering that's multi-millionaires are playing, the way James Bond walks, talks, is like he belongs there and he knows. That's confidence. And he always positions himself in places where he gets the information and he gets what he wants. Look at it this way. A bottle of water, right? I read this somewhere, it's not from me. A bottle of water, if you buy it at 7-Eleven, it's $1.99, right? Same bottle of water, if you buy it at, let's say, Bristol Farms or Whole Foods, is $2.99, okay? And a step further from there, you're at the airport, you can't take water, you have to go through security. When you go through security and you want to take water to the plane, you go buy the same bottle of water. It's $8. What changed? Nothing changed. The water in there is the same. It's filtered water. They say it's filtered, I don't know, but it's filtered water. It went from $1.99 to $8 because the water is positioned in a place where people will pay that amount regardless of the product. Okay? If you look at luxury goods, Louis Vuitton, Dior, Hermes, Gucci, they always position themselves in places where the income is high, where people will pay ridiculously amount for their purses, sunglasses, belts. What they're selling is really nothing special. But because they're a luxury brand, they position themselves in these fantastic high-end locations. When people go in there, they feel like they shouldn't even bargain. Okay? Gucci never has a sale. Hermes never has a sale. They don't need to have a sale because they position themselves in places where people do not devalue them. In fact, they can raise prices and people will still buy them because not everybody can afford it. Okay? Position yourself in locations or places where your value increases, not that your value will decrease. If you have a consultation business, okay, and your consultation business is in a low-income neighborhood, I hate to use the term ghetto, but low-income neighborhood, and you are charging $500 per hour for consultation, people will not pay you that. because of your location. People are in the perception that if you're charging this much, you can't afford a better office and a better location. Now take the same guy and take his office and put it in Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive, okay? And people will actually not only pay him $500 an hour, he will not have time for new clients. People have this perception that this guy, this consultation company, is in this place and it can help us and we need to talk to him or her. So positioning yourself is very important. The way you look, the way you dress, the way you do your haircut, the way what you drive. Because if you're doing high-end business and somebody sees you in a Corolla, well, you're not worth their money. I mean, if I go look at a $2 million home and my broker picks me up in a Corolla, I will not want that broker representing me. If you're making so much money selling me a home, you better be driving a Bentley or a Rolls Royce to pick me up and show me these houses. Otherwise, I'm not doing business with you. You know that's true. You have the same issue. Perception is everything. Have people have the highest perception of you and deliver. People will feel more confident because they have the perception on you. As soon as they don't have that perception of you, no matter where you position yourself, you will not meet the expectation. Okay? So positioning yourself in the right place, in the right mindset, will help you grow financially, spiritually, and hopefully have a better life. As they say, your body is a temple. Treat it as such, right? Eat the right things. Wear the right stuff. Don't put junk in your body. Junk will not come out of your body. I hope that helps. Thank you on Gods of Regret. That's it for today on Gods of Regret. If you felt the sting of missed opportunities or the thrill of insight, subscribe and stay with us. We're just getting started. Remember, blink and you'll miss the future.
Gods of Regret.
Gods of regret.
Gods of regret.
Before the snakes writhed where golden locks once flowed, Medusa remembered a life touched by the warmth of the sun and the cool marble of Athena's temple. She recalled laughter shared with her sisters, the reverence in the eyes of those who beheld her, and perhaps even the stirring of innocent affection. That life, however, was brutally stolen in a moment of sacrilege, an act committed within the sacred walls, leaving her to bear the weight of a goddess's wrath. It wasn't her transgression, yet the curse fell upon her, twisting her beauty into a terrifying visage and her hair into a nest of vipers. The injustice of it all, the swift and irreversible descent from grace to monstrosity, would forever echo in the silent chambers of her heart, a bitter lament for a life unjustly lost. Now, as a creature of myth and terror, solitude became her unwanted companion. Each glance held the power of irreversible transformation, turning living beings into cold, unyielding stone. The possibility of connection, of shared warmth and understanding, vanished entirely. Hunted and feared, she was a monster in the eyes of the world, a creature to be vanquished, not pitted. The echoes of her former life, the ghost of her lost beauty and humanity, must have haunted her lonely existence. The weight of her curse, the inability to love or be loved, and the constant threat of a hero's blade would have been a heavy burden of regret, a sorrowful testament to the cruel twist of fate that defined her tragic existence.